Hello, and welcome to Blackfeather Guild. Before we go in and say hi to the cast and get started with the show, I wanted to talk very briefly about viewer actions and a little bit about sponsors. So, first off, there's a number of ways that you can actually actively participate in the show through viewer actions. One of the easiest ways to do so is through retweeting the game tweet. You should see that somewhere in chat if it's not in there already. But you just click on that link and hit retweet, and for every 5 retweets that we get on that, it will add a bonus to the cast pool and the game master pool. Now, in most cases, that's going to be an extra d6 that they can add on to any roll. Basically, a great way to use that is if a player is almost meeting a DC, but they're just not quite there, they can grab one of those d6s from the cast pool, roll that, and then add that to their roll. Basically, is how that works. Same with the GM. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can participate that way. Another way is through guild coins. That's our Twitch channel points. If you look at the rainbow colored icon, it should have the Black Feather Guild crest on it. It should be right below your Twitch chat box. If you click on that, it'll show you all the different things that you can get with those. The biggest one being plot points. Now, plot points, you can see an example right over here. They all work pretty much the same way. It's just a matter of how big of an impact they have. So for the example, and we've got 2 plot points, the player of your choice gets something moderately helpful or unhelpful. Enter any suggestions for the GM into chat, or you can have the GM come up with something entirely on their own. So just choose if you want it to be helpful or unhelpful to the party, and that's kind of how you can use them. You can throw in your own suggestions as well. How those work: 1 plot point is something trivially helpful or unhelpful. 2 is moderately, 3 is very, and 4 is very to the entire party. So if you want to do something to help the entire party or really throw a monkey wrench in their plans, 4 plot points will do that. So that's guild coins. And then finally, we've got donations. So if you want to help out with keeping the lights on in the place, so to speak, there's a number of ways that you can financially contribute. One of those being coffee.com/Raven or Raven.rocks. You can see both of those examples down there at the bottom. Those are the addresses to do direct donations. You can also do Twitch subscriptions or bits. Those work the same way. And then finally, Patreon. We've got a Patreon, which you should see in chat here any second if it's not there already. And our Bard tier patrons and higher get credits towards viewer actions every month that they can use on any show that they would like. You just have to let us know in chat how you want to spend those, and then we'll hand those out. So some very cool stuff. Before we hop over to see the cast, one last thing to mention is a couple things on this chart here. We've already covered the D6 and the plot points, but the triple crits, what that means is you can gift auto critical successes. And you can, it's triple because you get 3. You can divvy those out however you'd like. You can do 2 to the cast, 1 to the game master, all of them to the game master, however you want to do it. So they work much like the D6s. The cast members just grab that when they're available and they really need them and use them. So it's pretty cool. And then finally, the last one, introduce an ally or enemy NPC. Just give us a brief description of what you want this character to look like, kind of their character concept and a name, and let us know if you want it to be an enemy or an ally to the party, and the GM will basically take that and run with it. So really cool ways that you can participate. Lastly, I just want to take a quick moment to mention our sponsors. If you look at the logos down below, that's who's sponsoring this episode, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we introduce everybody as well on the next scene. So yeah, check all this stuff out, and thank them for supporting us, and thank you for being here and watching. Let's go say hi to the cast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of La Famille Boucherie. Um, before we get going, we're going to do just a little bit of a recap, as it has been 2 weeks since we've played. Um, our kindred have been all assembled in the city of New Orleans, brought before the prince and informed of a problem that needed to be investigated. There were some strange unwanted guests making their way into the city, and this needed to be taken care of. Better to let a group of young vampires do it that could move around without being noticed by the city's up and comers and high society types than to make this an official concern and risk bringing shame on the prince's lineage. Our hero, not heroes, our vampires have been investigating around, finding clues, and more than a few nefarious characters. Their most recent endeavor found them at a nightclub where they were assaulted by by two gunmen. Unfortunately, the vampire Lydia Cicerelli um, did not make it out of the encounter and turned to ash on the floor. As the rest of the party sought to escape, Tabitha sought a close conversation with her friend Phoenix, and but before leaving and rejoining the rest of the group, everyone finally gathering all of their wits about them, returned to the haven of Tabitha and spent the night, or spent the day rather, and um, have spent
Thank
the
you.
Michael Wayne, thank you so much for the resubs. Um, um, nope, too early to break me. It's during a phone call to check up on their one-time ally, Pastor Joseph, who has been MIA for some time now. I called his phone and heard a familiar voice answer. The voice told them to meet at the tomb of Daniel Clark in St. Louis Cemetery Number 1, a site already familiar to two of our still remaining vampires from a previous encounter. And that is where we begin. But before we begin, there's a few other things that we have to accomplish. Um, just a little bit of a content warning, as this is a darkness, as this is a little bit of a rougher game than is normally on the Black Feather Guild. Darkness lies ahead. La Famille Boucherie is a program that embraces the night, the darkness within it, alongside the darkness within each of us. As such, this game may feature content that is troubling or triggering to some viewers. If you are sensitive to topics such as homelessness, drug use, blood play, torture, violence against innocence, manipulation, gaslighting, thievery, body horror, or other monstrous themes that may arise during play, please proceed with caution. Otherwise, we invite you to share in our story and bask in that which makes us human and that which brings the inner beast in us all. Laissez le bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. All right. So we oh yeah. Oh man, of course you do have oh. Oh, uh, just a little bit of a heads up there for the audience. It looks like some of our windows are skewed off a little bit. Manic Horse and Natatui seem to be in the wrong place, so keep that in mind when I'm addressing people. Um, we'll deal with that during the break. Oh no, working on it now. Never mind. Um,
We're gonna switch characters today. It's gonna be fine.
oh goodness, are you sure you can handle playing Mikey? There's a lot of intrigue there. Um,
Yeah, I don't think I'm subtle enough to play Mikey.
so we're going to go around and we're going to let each of our players introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about the vampire that they will be playing today. So we're going to ignore the changing windows at the moment and start with Tabitha. Michael Wayne, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your vampire today?
Hello there. I will play in Tabitha, the very kind of like goblin vampire, more and kind of like their poor choices and everything. Much like this creepy house we're all into right now. Multifunctional. Not like it has any bad histories or anything. It's all good. Uh, you can find me on Twitter as Michael Wayne and sometimes on Twitch, same thing. You give me a clip, I'll give you a GIF.
Excellent. Next, we're going to move on to Slowpoke. Same question.
Hello there, I'm Slowpoke. I'll be playing Silas, slightly having a bit of a psychotic breakdown, Malkavian. Hopefully will survive this night. You'll find me in the guild chat on Discord. Apart from that, I'm a bit hard to get a hold of.
Excellent. Manic Horse, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Tawny. I am sometimes on Twitter, and I'm not very active on the Black Feather Discord. I work and sleep, and then I stare off into space and the times in between. So, I play Maeve. Maeve is a gangrel, and she does not have very good self-control, as we have found out over the past few episodes. We will see where this goes.
And last but certainly not least, Natatui.
Hey, I'm Nadatui or Nat. I'm playing Mikey, the sneaky Nosferatu. I'm also pretty elusive, but I'm around on Black Feather most of the time.
Excellent. And I am your storyteller Zan. You can catch me at insanitygaming.com or twitter.com/insanityttrpg for all of your tabletop gaming needs. All right. So let's get rolling. The sun sets, and each of you feel your eyes flutter open, staying in the respective rooms given to you by Tabitha the day before. You come to your senses in a strange house filled with strange things, strange noises. From behind a room with a locked behind the door to a locked room, a do not enter sign hanging, you hear screams interrupted by maniacal cackles, ending abruptly and beginning again as snickers and moans of ecstasy. You hear the wood creak of the old house. You feel the foundations lift slightly in the wind. You hear rain against the tin roof. How do you begin your night?
Don't we need to make a rouse check?
That is exactly how you begin your night, Michael.
Okay.
Excellent.
I'm slow,
Alright.
hang on. There's a pack of wolves somewhere in the background.
Hey, things get creepy sometimes.
Did it work?
It did.
Okay.
Most of you find a little bit of solace in this strange, foreboding house. But Mikey, this isn't right for you. Something just feels wrong, and you feel the beast begin to gnaw at your stomach. Ready for more. Ready for the chance to feed again. How does everyone else proceed?
I'll be digging around for a lever somewhere in here, since I think I'm currently trapped between bunk beds.
Yeah, like there would be kind of like a rope, like to pulley to just pull it back up. So it can either be a bed or a coffin.
I dig it.
All right. So each of you is extricating yourself from the beds that or coffins that you've made the night before. Who is the first one down into Tabitha's common room?
I think Tabitha would be awake, but their first would not be to go to the common room, but to knock on the intern's door.
Yes, this is the door with the do not enter and various oscillating sounds coming from inside.
Uh, you don't have to come out, but I know, like, as you're taking care of the body and procuring another one, you probably are going to be gone most of the day. So if there's anything I can do to help you with that, feel free to give me a heads up. But otherwise, I understand if you got to be by yourself.
Mm, thank you. uh, is the sound that comes from the other side of the door.
Remember to hydrate. Laughing takes a whole lot out of you.
Okay.
And then she probably would go downstairs and pour out kind of like a little cup of lamb's blood for everyone, which probably is not as nutritious as like human blood, but just enough to kind of like
Yeah,
help them wake up, much
yeah.
like
It's
coffee.
it's not gonna slake any hunger, but it's at least a calming morning ritual.
Is it Passover?
I have no idea when Passover is, so maybe. I don't think it's in the middle of the summer though, so probably not. Okay. So Tabitha is the first one down, preparing morning drinks for everyone. Mikey, I think the hunger in your belly makes you the next to wake up.
Yeah, I think Mikey would go down to the common room, probably exchange pleasantries with Tab, maybe have a go at the llama's blood, but probably feel like spitting out, probably out of politeness, not do so, kind of just leave most of it on the table. And he'll probably wait, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. But if no one else then emerges, he will start rapping on doors.
Okay. How long does it take our remaining two vampires to come downstairs?
Probably bounce downstairs shortly after figuring out the coffin bed situation.
Okay.
Yes, Ilis will go down as he hears the commotion of people approaching from their rooms. So,
All right. So you are all together in the common room. Just as a reminder, you had a call telling you to meet at the tomb of Daniel Clark, 10 p.m. tonight, if you wanted to see the preacher again. You were given a timestamp of his life last night during the phone call, and currently it's about 7:30, so you have a little bit of time to prepare. How do you wish to proceed?
Tabitha is drinking out of a cup that says "Life's a beach."
Okay.
Are we going to inform the prince of any of this dumb shit going on?
Didn't someone
already
speak to him
did.
yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did we get a...
you sent a message to the Scourge, didn't you? Or was it to the prince himself?
The
Oh
scourge.
we called
the Scourge.
the Scourge, and we got like the Scourge's secretary.
Okay.
I don't know. I slept really heavily. I don't remember.
It's
There was
only
a
been
bed
2
on top
weeks.
of me.
I
I was in a bag.
Oh, hello, Meeble. Welcome back. It's been so long since you were in chat yesterday. It's good to see you again. This game is very different from last time, I promise. Yeah. So, yes, Tabitha.
Regardless of what choice, I must at least give you a little foreshadowing that things are not well with me and the lady at the moment. And so I'm not sure if what's to come.
Nothing new there.
Maybe for but for me, that's kind of one of those very serious things, such as, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna have a stake in my heart in the future. Or it's again, it's not like I'm used to being ignored. It's fine. It's fine.
What I'm saying is that you shouldn't be surprised if the prince decides to liquidate us during this. He has all the pieces in one place right now. If he decides to take us out, he can. So we should, if anything, we should have an exit plan. The deed itself is fairly straightforward. Talk, if provided the opportunity, grab the pasture, get it out of there.
Yeah,
Do we
but
have
they're gonna.
a plan for how exactly to do that? Like, do we want to send in one or two people to talk to the guy and see if we can grab the pastor? I don't think we all want to go and be in the same spot.
I would
I mean,
agree with that. And um, Maeve, as much as I enjoy a good like throat pulling, I don't think kind of like you'd be a good first insert. I think you'd be good more as on the backup in case things go wrong.
I mean, yeah. I feel like your assessment is a little unfair given that I was shot with a
Again, I understand
phosphorus
that,
round,
but this
but
is you have a
no, I
history.
get your point. I just don't appreciate the delivery.
Well, the thing is like we've had two situations that could have gone better, but they didn't because of a throw. So, like again, it's ways to improve. And again, I think it's like you utilize it right. It's very good, and I enjoy it. It's just like I think like you're good for when things go wrong.
Okay. I will stay behind. I do not mind.
I mean,
Yeah, Maeve's eyes just glazed over as you're telling her to change who she is, and she's just like, duh. But
Uh,
she's like, yeah, I'll just be on a rooftop somewhere.
yeah, like again, Tab isn't saying like you should change. It's just like you just uh, focus it on other things rather
Yeah,
than be the
just,
greedy. Like you got good skill sets, it just isn't being used properly.
uh, yeah, sorry. Can't breathe. Breathing is hard.
I mean, this isn't like, we already tried a talking route with this guy. It's not going to go that way. And this is a swap. They want something from us. I don't think we need to skulk around. I think we should all be there and just, see what they
Or
want.
they could just use this as bait, get us all in the same place. But remember, even if we split up, there are probably more of them than there are of us. And if indeed the prince is doing what I think he's doing, I think he'll liquidate whatever's in that graveyard.
So what are we going to do then? What's the plan?
Well, I believe we are at least going to have some meet up with them. That would be it. But I feel like Jet has the right mindset here. I think if someone goes in there to eh, negotiate while someone's in the shadows, well, to strike if need be, and then we have to kind of like help as an exit strategy, which I think Mob and Jet would be perfect for.
Um, hey Jet,
Yeah.
do you want a prophecy? Is this an opportune time, or would you like to save it for later?
I'll do it now.
All right. Tabitha, is there a TV in the common room?
I would think it's just off to the side, like it's out of view of the common room, but it's like just in the next room, like enough where anyone can see it from the common room.
Okay. Slowpoke. The TV flickers on. You hear the soothing sounds of the voice of David Attenborough, narrating the struggles of an ant slowly climbing clumsily up a tree.
Oh God.
The voice of Attenborough tells you the ant no longer has control of its actions. It serves a different purpose now. It's there to spread the fungus, to spread the spores that have taken over its own mind. Soon it will walk to the top of the branch and wait for death, to spread the destruction that has already taken hold of it. And you see this clumsy ant walking up, and its large fangs. It should be mandibles, right? But they look different. Sinking into the underside of the leaf as it twitches and waits for its inevitable death. And as you blink, the television is off, and everyone else is still in mid conversation.
Now, my big worry here is not the prince; it's more the lady, because I feel at least like overall, both here and this Lazarus, it's quick death. So I think kind of like that's a good option right now. But again, I just don't know. And like Tabitha ever so often is just very nervously like drinking the lamb's blood, much like you would see someone on their 10th or 11th cup of coffee.
Uh, okay. Just a quick heads up. We had a question in chat. How do the plot points and other things work? To let you know, Jake Rose, the plot points work. This is also if you subscribe with a $5 donation amount, then that counts automatically towards a your rewards on this thing. $2 or 5 retweets gives an automatic success to the cast. This is a dice pool system, so a success doesn't mean the roll is a success necessarily. It just means that you get an additional success on the roll. This is again, this is a dice pool system, so it's feasible that all of your dice could come up as a success, since we're using a whole lot of D10s and not just a D20 plus a modifier like Dungeons and Dragons uses. And plot points allow you to introduce something that is a boon or a bane to the cast. One plot point is something insignificant. Two plot points is something mild. Three plot points is something significant to a single player, and four plot points is something significant to the whole party. And these can be either good or bad. And if you want to influence the story in any way, you can let us know, and we'll see the donation amount, and then message chat or message Raven, and she'll get in touch with me, or I'll see the message in chat, and we'll know how best to put your donation to use. Also, for $25, you can introduce a reoccurring enemy or ally NPC, which is always fun for me because everyone knows that I plan these games out extensively beforehand. Haha. And so I love the opportunity to kind of throw a little bit of wrench into the mechanizations of my own mind. So far in this game, we've had a two plot point introduction of from Michael Wayne with the interns interaction that was a little while ago, the door with the do not enter and the laughing, cackling figure behind it. And currently, Manic Horse has two plot points, or one plot point and one success that she can use however she likes.
I'm open to suggestion.
All right, Chad, you heard her. She's open to suggestions. So go ahead and get any suggestions that you've got in at the appropriate time. Yeah, sorry about that little caveat. Just felt like that was something we should address while the moment was opportune.
Yeah. To bring it back, like a little, Cordelia, Tabitha's Crackle, rests on their shoulder and just kind of like tries to nuzzle to kind of like help Tabitha just ease and not be so much nervous, and kind of eases up a little bit.
Okay. Does it work, Tabitha? Are you a little less nervous?
Yeah, like again, but it's more of just like them nuzzling, because it's more the Crackle is more of a support hurt animal more than able to do much more.
Yeah, the size difference notwithstanding, your Raven is very different from Nikolai, Maeve's Raven. I think it takes you a second to notice the support that your raven is trying to give you, and it sharply kind of pecks at your ear for just a second, nibbling on your earlobe as though it was a concerned lover in another life, and it brings you back
Oh.
into the room for just a moment,
And
out of
with a
your own
free hand,
headspace.
just scritches.
Okay.
Nikolai hops over to Maeve, and Maeve just like squishes him for no reason.
Yeah, Nikolai is about twice the size of your raven, and the beak is much more curved and pointed. It being Maeve's familiar does give it additional benefits, along with its taste for vampiric eyeballs, as we've established.
And tongues.
And tongues. Yeah, it's a nasty little bird right there.
Yeah, but tongues is
He's
normals.
perfect. Leave Nikolai alone.
Okay. So the floor is y'all's. Sorry for that little bit of monologuing there. The floor is yours. You have about 2 hours before you need to leave to get there on time. How do you proceed?
If
Hey,
I... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Mikey's just gonna have noticed Jet's fascination with the telly, and just say, "Hey, Jet, you really into ants, huh?"
Oh, you can't. You can't. The television's not on. It's unplugged from the
Oh,
wall.
right. Okay. Hey, yeah, the telly's not on. You know, you can switch it on right over there.
No, I got what I needed from it.
Okay.
May I throw a little bit of a wrench into this, if you don't mind?
Please.
Heck yeah.
I feel that everyone knows we're walking into a trap, but issue is just to what degree. I'm considering, why not change the game a little bit?
Go on.
We know where their haven is, and we know where they're gonna be.
Let's go Molotov it.
Well, I don't know if I got the right vodka for that. Will bourbon work?
Maybe. What I'm saying is,
Ever clear.
I would hate to leave. I'd hate to leave our friend behind in this, but I gotta be honest. My priorities are Jesse, and he's not part of this deal.
I don't know how likely it is that the pastor is even alive right now.
Well, last we saw him, he was not Ash, which is a good indication. But we don't know if he is now.
Well,
you did hear from him last night. You did hear his voice and get a picture of his hand holding 5 fingers that y'all asked for, with a current newspaper.
The thing is that I feel worrisome, and this may just be spoiling the apple here, but the fact that kind of like hasn't been that helpful, kind of went off on the first opportunity, might also be part of the trap.
Are you saying the pastor might be working with them?
I don't know, but it's just like there's some there's ambiguity to it.
What I'll say is they had a hell of a cover-up for that.
Yeah.
Burning down the entire church.
Yeah, that's pretty public. Not that these guys are afraid to be public with what they do. They did a full public shooting, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
They're
what better twist would it be of the knife of just right when we try to save them, they end up harming us? Just saying.
I mean, that's probably what the goal is.
Also, the only leverage we have on them is that we know where they live. And as far as we know, they don't know that we know. What I'm saying is, I think we have a better shot at doing something there than doing something in the graveyard and get killed by either side.
That's a fair point.
What I'm suggesting here is literally turning this into our favor, because for way too long we've been following the tune of someone else's flute.
So, what do you suggest we do at their haven?
I suggest we infiltrate. If we find anything of worth, information, or in my case, Jesse, alive or not, we're bringing that out and burning the rest. And then we let the prince take care of whatever happens in the graveyard.
It sounds like a good plan. And just as a backup plan, let's say if we don't find anything there, then we go to the graveyard. That way we
That I
just
agree.
yeah, that way if things do go wrong, we can at least go to the prince and say, "Hey, we did our best to try."
Would we still have time? This is for our storyteller. Would we still have time to go to their haven, to scout it out, to see them leave?
Do you know where their haven is?
I believe they had, was it a butchery? It had an interesting name. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a shisha lounge.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Badass.
The Big and Hungry.
The
Yeah,
Big and
Big
Hungry.
and-
There you go.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was initially the Badass,
Yep.
renamed the Big and Hungry. Yeah, that the Big and Hungry is a good example of how to use plot points. The name of the hookah club was originally the Badass. No foreshadowing there about snakes at all. And a one plot point use changed the name to the Big and Hungry. So you can have the impact of the story, even if it's in a small way. It'll still come back a few episodes later. Yeah, you definitely you could get there. It would probably take about 15 to 20 minutes to get there, depending on traffic. But you could get there tonight.
If we manage to scout out that place, we could see them leave, how many they leave with. And if they leave with a sufficient amount of people, I'd be comfortable us trying to raid the place.
Yeah.
Before heading out for the graveyard. We might be late for it, but what I'm saying is that the Scourge should know that this is happening.
Yeah. And if they leave with a bunch of people, then we can, like you said, just fuck up their shit.
Even better, we could start alluding to this to the Scourge, what we're doing at that point.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be in place at the graveyard and can sort of
We could also give her
Pincer
some
them or
numbers. We could give her some numbers on how many are showing up.
Yeah. Should we send a message about that plan first?
No.
No.
Again, I'm way more afraid of what the Camarilla will do to us if the prince has deemed us to not keeping the masquerade during this.
Yeah.
By now we're making way too much noise for him to be comfortable about it.
True, and we did do our best to spin it.
We did, but we informed very late.
Listen, I'm not the sentimental type of guy, but we're basically dooming the pastor by doing this, aren't we?
Where do you think we have the most shot of doing something?
I'm
how
not
much do you actually
complaining.
think we can do?
I'm just pointing it out. If y'all okay with that,
It's the thing is that if like the pastor's on our side, that does give us an advantage to help rescue them. Like it does give us an edge. We know the numbers. They have no place to retreat to. That could at least mean that we can actually have a real chance of saving the pastor. Like it just depends how this goes. We play it right, we save the pastor, and we look good to the prince.
Sure. I mean, like I said, I'm not really the sentimental type, so.
So, what's the plan?
That's as good as I got.
Yeah,
Do you
let's do it.
inform the Scourge? Do you go to the Big and Hungry, or do you go straight to the cemetery?
I'll leave
I-
that decision to you guys. I'm gonna go do a stock of inventory. What kind of guns and ammunition I'm looking at.
All right, we'll get to that in just a second.
I would say like it would be a good idea to inform someone, but I say let's go to the big and hungry either way. You decide if we need to inform or not because I've done my report to the lady, so it's on you guys if you want to report to the search.
Mikey, Maeve.
I don't know. I'm not really. I don't really see the point personally. I don't think they give a shit.
It's fair. I'm with Jet's suggestion on not being led around by the nose.
Okay. So does that mean the badass or the Big and Hungry?
Yes.
All
It
right.
does.
Okay, then I'm gonna go stock up on some knives.
All right. So Jet, as your Tabitha actually has, it's slightly dated and slightly garish. Um, uh, there are quite a few firearms and sidearms in here. A few hunting knives, a few pistols of varying calibers, uh, two long arms, shotgun, even a hot pink crossbow.
Impressive.
With a Scorpio insignia on the side. There are also two flak jackets.
I'm gonna bring out the flak jackets at least.
Okay.
I'm intending them probably for Maeve, and to be fair, probably Tab.
Yeah.
Mikey will keep himself hidden well enough.
Maybe.
As for the
Hiding
other
well.
arms, yeah. As for the shotgun, is it a crack open shotgun or is it a pump?
It's
or...
a pump.
Oh, all right. Let's say
I will remind you that you do still have the pump shotgun from your encounter with the gunmen as well.
Oh, I thought the pastor had that one. All right.
No, the pastor was long before went missing long before this. Natalie, Mikey has this, along with quite a few of the white painted rounds.
Oh, my bad. I remember them being pistols both. Right. I'll check if it's the same gauge. Hold on. The first one was also a pump.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. How many rounds do I have of the shotgun shells?
The ones that Maeve that Tab has, you have 12 .44 caliber slugs.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
With a bit of dust on them.
Buckshot does not do much against vampires. You want a slug.
Yeah. But in the meantime, they open doors real good.
Yeah. As for the white painted handmade rounds, there are 8.
All right. Now I'm gonna load up the 2 pumps. For both of them have 2 regular buckshot up front, and then 4 actually 2 white rounds after that.
Okay.
So it'll fire buckshot twice and then white rounds twice.
Okay.
On
Thank you
both
for
of
the
them.
heads up.
As for the I'm probably just bringing a pistol for this, like a 45, if that's what I got white rounds for.
Yeah. That'll work. Not 44 caliber slug, 40 AUK. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm a redneck, but I'm apparently the bad kind of redneck and
No,
get
no,
my
no.
guns.
It's okay.
It's the one that that leaves you a little more holy than righteous. Um, uh, this does go back to our constant warning. This game does involve pretty significant violence at times. So if y'all need to excuse yourself for any reason or feel like this is getting a little intense, you're more than welcome to step away from the stream and come back when you're feeling safe and healthy again. Okay, so my little blurb aside, Jet returns to everyone making plans, and Tabitha, have you tried to contact the lady today?
She probably did, like, just to give a report. But, like, as you said, kind of like only got the secretary, I believe. Like, and that's what really is throwing her off her game and making her nervous, is like, has not gotten to talk to the lady, but only to the secretary instead, which has
Not
never happened before.
today. Your phone doesn't have service. No bars. Weird. Real weird. So the ball is in you all's court now.
On, like, a Tabitha is noticing that, she is going to just break the phone. And just as going down to the surgery to pick up some knives and maybe a couple of bandages and stuff in case things get real nasty. And on their way back, does bring at least one bottle of vodka for Maeve, because maybe that might help with a Molotov.
One Molotov, two Molotov, three Molotov.
3 Molotovs, 4? Yeah, because the whole place is burned down to the ground. Okay, so I'm not doing the bad vampire voice again, Raven. You can't make me. You can't make me do the bad voice. That was a little treat for those who watched my Empires and Epitaph stream yesterday. It's a very.
I was definitely trying to like sleep this morning, and I just hear Zan doing the count from Sesame Street voice. I have no idea what's going on.
3.
So we're all gathered back together with equipment ready to go out.
Yep.
All right. I hand out one of the pumps to Maeve along with the bulletproof vest for her and for Tab.
Thank you.
I know it's not your style, Tab, but to be fair, you're probably going to be up close.
Yes, and just 1 second, just kind of like ducks away before just to make a little slight alterations before putting it back on. And it looks like on the back of that is just like an etched in rose.
Tab.
Storyteller man.
Yeah.
My flak jacket. Is this something that has to go on over clothing, or can it be put on under clothing?
It can be worn under clothing, but if it's tight, it'll leave lines. I don't think Maeve is particularly fond of skinny leg jeans or crop tops, so I think you should be fine.
Yeah. Put it on under something.
Okay, that'll give you all some resistance should combat happen. But we'll burn that bridge when it comes to it. Yeah. So with that, it's about 8 o'clock. What's the course of action now?
Let's go fuck shit up.
Just a quick question first. Were we counting the shotgun that I have as party resources? As in, have I still got it, or is
she does
Jet
have
got
the shotgun from the club shooting?
Yeah. I think you still have that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey would just kind of put it on the table and put the bullets on the table with it and say, hey, I think someone else is going to need this more than me.
Oh, we have another one? That's the third one?
Yeah, these rounds, well, it's what killed Lydia, isn't it? So be careful with them.
I'm gonna give Mikey a couple more of the white rounds, so I got 4. Maeve got 2, and Mikey got 2.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What kind of gun do I have?
You have a pump action shotgun.
Oh boy.
The first 2 rounds are slugs. The next 2 rounds are the one that hit you in the gut. So you know what that life is about.
Okay. Can I also take my rapier?
Sham. Nice basket hilt, right?
Yeah.
All right, we good?
Yeah, we're good as Cherry Bomb plays in the background.
Okay. Yeah, Jake Rose. Slowpoke is on point. Slowpoke. Slowpoke is on point. Vampire the Masquerade has a obnoxious amount of lore. It
That's
literally
the
goes
exact
back.
wording, yeah.
Yeah, it's my term that I very affectionately use for it is lore porn. Because it is literal thousands of years of lore, and there are published settings for Victorian era, Dark Ages. Some of the vampires, like to the originators of the vampire clans, go back to Babylonian times. One of the clans is even rumored to have spawned from the Egyptian god Set himself. And most Cainite lore, vampire lore, preaches that Cain was the first vampire, as he was the first to draw blood and was cursed to crave it for all eternity. And from Cain begot the second and third generation vampires. And so the blood continues to be watered down through modern nights. And all of our vampires are 13th generation, I believe.
Jet is 12th, actually.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, Jake, you're on the Black Feather Discord now, and just hit me up. I I love vampire lore. It's so much fun. I think there's some other folks on the cast that love it as well. Um, yeah, so everybody packs their car up, and oh, Slowpoke, do you like vampire lore? Did you get brought onto the Black Feather Guild just for this game? I wasn't aware. I'm looking at you and Nat. Um, uh, yeah. So you all pack into the car. Who's driving? And who's in shotgun?
I would think it's Jet's vehicle, so they'd be driving.
Oh, I think we brought a different vehicle for this. I put
Oh, yeah,
my
Yeah, this is Maeve's car.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
rented one.
Okay, so Maeve's driving.
Sure.
All right. Who's shotgun?
At least 3 of us.
No, just 2. Oh yeah, 3. No, I'm right. 3.
I would say like is in the passenger seat behind the driver for Tab, and still kind of like stroking the of the crackle ever so often.
This is
I'll
my
be
emotional support, Grackle.
Jet will be up front shotgun.
Okay. So with that, you all begin your drive to the Big and Hungry. It's about a 15-20 minute drive. Traffic's not so bad, but the rain is coming down heavy. Let's get this to reflect that. I think I've got some rain stored in my soundtrack arsenal somewhere.
If not, open a window.
Huh. Yeah, that's right. Manicorse and I live in Japan, and it is the middle of the rainy season right now. And who doggy is it raining? It gets that name for a reason.
Oh, I miss it so much.
Oh, not today. Not today. Today it's rough. But getting back to the story, you all are driving. The windshield wipers, the only ambient noise as they scrape along the window. Is the radio on? Or
No,
is
not tonight.
Probably not.
Not tonight.
Just the sound of water splashing from the wheels, hitting the roof, and the steady of the windshield wipers going. This is a dramatic game. I can make windshield wiper noises if I want.
You are in fact God, so sure.
Yep. DMs always have a god complex. And it takes you about 20 minutes. And you arrive at the Big and Hungry.
Can we kind of like go past, see what's going on?
Is it like a big open parking lot, or is it right next to
It's
the main road? Or
It's a gravel lot next to the building. It's not a huge place. Looks like maybe there's about 35 spots in the lot.
all right. Is there any direction that we could approach from on foot potentially that we wouldn't be that visible? I wouldn't like to drive up
Oh
with
yeah,
the car.
yeah, of course.
Wanna
Yeah, you can
observe
always
first.
park along the street.
Hmm.
Are you just driving past to scope it out first and then parking?
Yeah, that was kind of my general thing, is drive past normally, park somewhere else.
All right, Slowpoke.
Yes.
I need you to make me a wits and awareness roll. Difficulty 3 successes.
Where's my awareness? There we are. And
Remember, we got
wit.
6 if you need them.
Let's see. I'll keep to my 0 modifier for now. Oof.
right.
Okay. No, I'll stick with it.
Okay. Nothing catches your eye. Let's try to see. Mikey, at the club, you were doing some heavy surveillance in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, he was.
Why don't you go ahead and make the same roll for me?
Wits and awareness, yeah?
Wits and awareness, yeah.
Okay.
I know Mikey is terrible at that.
We do have successes if you need them.
Yep, we have 6 extra dice and 9 extra successes, just in the bank, and also 2 1-ups that I'm not mentioning because of any particular reason at all.
4 successes.
There's a
Heck
familiar car.
Oh dear. Is it the same car? The pink.
No.
This is the blue one that Tabitha pranked.
No, this is an old, early 2000s Camry. Looks like it's red, been painted red. The paint's chipping off. The license plate's missing.
Motherfucker.
But it's a functional car, one that you saw at the concert. That's all.
Yeah, Mikey would definitely point that out.
It's in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
Okay.
In one of the it's in one of the further back spots. That's why it had a 3 difficulty. Hey Jet.
Yeah.
That car looks familiar.
It does.
Is it Jesse's car?
No, it's my car.
Yeah, the one that got rid of.
Yeah.
So
That's how they got him. I made Jesse get rid of the car. Fuck. Alright. Good call on leaving my home then.
Yeah. I'm just glad the intern has traps just in case when we leave.
Literally is H.H. Holmes' house.
Yeah. How many cars do we see in the parking lot?
It's about 12.
12 of them. All right.
Well, a few
12.
more than 10.
Jesus. All right. Fair enough. So I'm just throwing it out here, but unless we can see a better spot, I suggest we get comfortable and watch as they leave and see how many they bring with them. Even if they bring the pastor, they might even not bring the pastor for all we know.
How do we stay inconspicuous?
Well, I'm gonna have to ask my storyteller again. As we are right now, we're on the main road, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any, like, this is a big open gravel lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no direction we would be able to approach from.
Yeah, you could approach it from either direction of the street.
Oh, I mean,
turn right.
in somewhat covered in any way.
Oh no, it's got a chain link fence around it. Nah. There's
Alright. Is there any high ground on the buildings around us, or
nearby buildings?
Yeah, like what does the surrounding city area look like?
it's not the middle of the city. This isn't like French Quarter or anything. It's a little bit more suburby. A little bit more kind of smaller city downtown area.
So we could probably find like an alley to chill in.
Yeah, you could probably look through an alley. Yeah.
yeah, let's ditch the car in one of the alleys at least, and then find a different one to sit in. But we should
A
be
different car? I thought maybe we would just like.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
like not stay by the car is what I mean.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we were gonna like. Maybe we could send Mikey
What?
to stand like in a closer alley and.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Do
Yeah,
a
it's
Yeah.
kind of my thing.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
Is
what
Mikey
you're
sneaky?
So
I
good.
forgot.
You're just so good at being sneaky. We forgot you were there.
I guess that's a compliment. I'll take it. Yeah, so I can keep a close eye on things, and you guys can park up somewhere out of sight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we can.
And if there's a nearby building, I can just maybe hop from one to the other.
All right.
Tab is ripping it again.
If you're able to, body count, what kind of armaments, if they're bringing anyone. Oh, that's good information.
You'll. And we have cell phones, so.
Not
Tab
me.
doesn't have a cell phone, but we have cell phones.
Like, yeah, she is noting when you said that. Like, not me.
Do you want to use my cell phone, Tab? Would it make you feel happier?
I feel worrisome, as in, and there was no signal at my house, as in someone purposely blocked my phone. So I feel like someone had purposely tracked me. I don't know if it's true, and it may be for others. So that's why I say, just be careful.
I checked my own phone. Do I
It's
have
working.
bars?
Yeah.
All right.
It's working.
Another thing to be paranoid about. Great.
Hoorah!
Hey, but let's not linger here too long. You guys, let's just drive up a bit, and I'll get out and do my
Yeah.
whole sneaky thing.
Okay,
And
okay.
I'll send you a bird.
Let's go find an alley to be
A
in.
bird will be very conspicuous if he tries to take that. If he tries to take that inside with him.
No. Like, roughly, she's like, Tabitha's plan is to be on like a rooftop that's next to it and jump onto the building. And if there's anything they note, they'll send the bird to kind of like talk to it like a carrier.
Okay.
We have cell phones, Tab. Jesus Christ.
I broke mine for security. Okay.
Yeah, no, you broke yours because you got upset.
No, I broke it because, hey, if it's broken, they can't track it anymore.
Anyway,
Or can they?
don't send a bird. Birds are creepy. I know because I have one. Anyway, I wasn't suggesting that Mikey go into the place. Just kind of watch it. Mikey is free to do what Mikey wants to do, but I don't like the odds. Mikey's been seen by these people before.
Yeah, but I chose to be seen that time, so.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. So, you all find an alley to duck the car in. Mikey makes their way out.
Yeah, Mikey is going to activate Silence of Death and Unseen Passage straight away.
Okay.
Unseen has a rouse, I think. That is a 1, which is a success. That means I go
Okay.
hungry, doesn't it? Oh,
It
dear.
does.
Okay.
It does indeed. I
Feeling
think
a
so.
bit
Let me check.
peckish.
Man, I
I
promise.
forget that
I
all
know.
the
I
time.
promise. Yes, Mikey, you are at 3 hunger now.
Yeah.
Delightful.
You are feeling that beast, and now you are stealthy. You are in control. You are in your environment, and that beast is starting to take the reins.
Mm. Yeah, he's gonna try and shake it off best he can,
All
and
right.
proceed. Still, even though he's completely invisible, still being stealthy, keeping to the shadows, and he'll find a nice spot, not within the fence, not directly opposite the building, maybe somewhat. If you can poke behind in that, from outside an alley and just kind of have a decent vantage point, that's what he'll take.
Okay. I need you to make a dex and stealth check for me. And it would be very difficult for you. And Michael, did you say you were climbing a roof?
Yes, using heightened senses and then using celerity. They have fleetness,
Okay.
so they can. The mastery of clarity now allows the vampire to move and react at dazzling speed. The vampire can add their clarity to non-combat dexterity rolls
Okay.
and not have to roll.
And your celerity is how many? One dot or
Two,
two? 2 dots.
two
Okay.
dots.
Go ahead and make a dexterity and acrobatics roll +2 with a 2 modifier.
Okay, so I just go to celerity and do dex.
No,
and,
go to acrobatics or athletics.
Okay.
Whichever one that is. And for the skill associated, go to dexterity, and then in modifier, put in 2.
Okay.
And we'll see how that goes. Ooh, my little vampires are so stealthy tonight. Tabitha, you find an excellent vantage point from atop the roof, and Mikey, you know this. This is what you do. This is your hunting grounds. It doesn't matter the building. You're wearing the skin of the predator. Yeah, that's where we are. How long are the two of you gonna wait and hang out?
Tabitha in particular has like their sense the unseen and heightened senses kind of like up, and the
Does
bird
sense the unseen require a rouse check?
didn't say so when I looked it up.
Okay,
Like,
then
because
then
again,
you're
these are
safe.
just the low end. Like it does say like you can require a roll of resolve and discipline.
Yeah. That's for somebody. That's for supernatural creatures that are actively hiding. That's fine. Okay.
And if you don't mind, just for flavor,
Yeah.
like the bird kind of like hides in Tabitha's hair. Like no one like seems to notice it.
Whenever I envision Tabitha, I just see Growl from Black Butler.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. So how long are we waiting?
I mean, the meeting was, the graveyard was 10 p.m., right? So Mikey's not even going to be worrying about nothing happening until, 10 to 10, really.
Okay.
He might then be looking at his phone a bit more, but other than that, he's going to be quite patiently just being very still and just staring.
Another wits and awareness roll for me, Mikey. Three
That is
dice.
3. Yep.
You start to, you kind of starting to get a little bored looking. And in that little predator inside your belly says, "There's meat." And you see a familiar face walk outside, surrounded by the company of friends, it seems. Joking and laughing, a young man in his mid to late 20s. He lights up a cigarette, takes a drag, takes a swig from his beer, and the face of Jesse laughs, the moonlight on his cheeks.
Yeah, that's probably going to distract Mikey a little bit. I think he's still very focused on the mission, because he's very focused on pleasing the higher ups. But yeah, that's definitely going to be a bit, hey, that's the life I used to have, and now I'm just stood in an alleyway staring at a shisha joint. Yeah.
Okay. And he stands outside for maybe 4-6 minutes, smokes his cigarette down to the very butt, stomps it out, and goes back inside with his entourage, none of which you recognize.
Right. Okay, Mikey's going to try and refocus and look for... Keep eyes on the mission.
Yeah, that's gonna be about all that you see. No blue pickup truck. No pastor.
All right.
No obvious kindred coming in or out.
And what time is it?
It's probably about 9:30 by this point.
All right. I think Mikey would just send a quick text to, I don't know, who's good with the phone. Jet always seems to have a phone. You'd probably text Jet and just say, nothing yet. Still watching.
When are we supposed to meet in the graveyard again?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Yeah. By the way, how long would it take to get to the graveyard from here?
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sending back. All right. Give it another 10. If they're not moving, then we send a message to the Scourge.
All right.
There's no movement.
Mikey
The
would
night
again
progresses
text.
slowly. A few more cars come in, but they seem to be just, college students looking to have a good time. Take a puff off some watermelon chocolate flavored shisha. That's about all you get.
With Tabitha's heightened senses, would they observing notice anything additional?
Go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and make a wits and awareness roll for me? This is going to be a difficulty 5. Yeah, Jake Rose. There's some really great fantasy options out there that are D&D that aren't D&D. This show is sponsored by Fundamental RPG 2 Second Edition that Raven already mentioned. There's also there's some other really cool systems out there like I mean Pathfinder Second Edition is pretty good. A few hoops to go through for streaming those games. Dungeons and Dragons obviously holds the dominant share of the market, but there's a lot of really great options out there that aren't Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff going around. That's a really good time, especially if you're looking for a high fantasy environment. I recently did a game of what was it? Ironsworn. That was a really great fantasy romp. Very different from D&D, but really gave a nice, interesting feel to it.
Wits and resolve, correct?
No, wits and awareness.
Okay, then, because it's not letting me do the input. Like,
No, go down to the awareness skill, and then attach it to wits.
oh, okay. And I'd like to have a crit to this, so I have a chance. Because
Yeah, so the crit's going to be an automatic 10.
yeah, like, but again, that with this.
Yeah. You'll still need 4 successes if you only want to use one crit.
And
Wits and awareness.
okay, awareness. Oh, actually, no.
wits.
Like, I need to. Yeah, this isn't even possible with a crit. I'm looking at this.
So 2 10s, what is it? Nat, Slowpoke, correct me if I'm wrong. I know y'all are real familiar with the system too. 2 10s count for 4 successes, right? Or does it 2 10s count for 3? Is there a rule about 10 stacking?
I won't say that I know actually.
All right.
So this is 2 crits, is it?
Yeah, I think 2 crits maybe.
I
stacks
do
as 3
believe they
successes.
stacks. Yeah, so 6 successes on those 2 die.
Okay, because I only have 2 dots in wits and 0 in awareness. So
Oh.
like so.
I
That's
mean,
why,
you've got 9 automatic successes. You can spend them if you want.
But what's the fun in that? Like, I just want to at least within reason. If I can get it down to, I just have 2 that I can possibly roll. That's all I want. So there's still chance. I just want it possible.
Okay.
So,
cool.
so let's get it to so that all I need is 3. So I have a chance at this then.
Yep.
And I still failed.
You can spend a willpower and re-roll.
Nah.
All right. Okay. So nothing catches your eye. Raven, can we knock that crit count down from 9 to 7, please? And yeah, I think it's at this time that if you're going to contact the Scourge, it's probably now.
All right. I'm calling the same number we had last time.
Okay. This time you are Jake Rose, and I'm in the process of replying to you, but this one's going to take a little bit of my brain power on the same. So I'll get back to you in just a second on that one.
Beforehand, like I think kind of like there might have been something wrong with the roller too, because it's looking at it, it's just putting in quotation.
No, it looks right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you had no hunger dice on that roll. Yeah, that seems right. No hunger dice. No hunger dice. Should you have no hunger dice? I don't think Tabitha should have no hunger dice.
Again, like they both they fed on the guard. Remember, like had with the injection and drank it out of Capri Sun.
Yeah, no, you only have 0 hunger when you kill someone. So you would by default have 1 hunger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only person who should have 0 hunger is Maeve, because she exsanguinated the gunman.
Oops.
Drank him dry.
He deserved it.
So since I did that without a hunger dice, do you want me to re-roll?
No, that they wouldn't give you any extra dice. It would just replace one of the 2 dice that you rolled.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Just a note for the future. Make sure you make sure you have that 1 hunger on there. Yeah. So you call the number. There's an answer. You immediately go on hold. Classical Bach playing in the background. And the voice picks up. The husky voice of the Scourge. Hello. I hear you have something to tell me. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh.
Yep, it's we're an hour and a half in, so we're going to take our break, give our cast a little bit of time to stretch their legs, go bio if we need to, get some water, stretch things out, get the wiggles out, and we will be right back in about 10 or so minutes. So please hang in there, y'all. We're gonna get some real high flying action. On this next session, on this second part. It's going to be high drama, high action, and possible high jinx. Yeah, we'll be back soon, and y'all stay awesome and take care of yourself in the meantime. We'll be back in 10. Excellent. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for hanging around with us through that bio break. Though we are creatures of the night and undead in our own right, we do still have various pressing mortal needs, as unfortunate as they are. Before we hop back in, as you'll see in chat, just the little content disclaimer, because things are about to get pretty heavy. Darkness lies ahead. La Famille Boucherie is a program that embraces the night, the darkness within it, alongside the darkness within each of us. As such, this game may feature content that is troubling or triggering to some viewers. If you're sensitive to topics such as homelessness, drug use, blood play, violence against innocents, manipulating or gaslighting, thievery, body horror, or other monstrous themes that may arise during play, please proceed with caution. Otherwise, we invite you to share our story and bask in that which makes us human and that which brings out the inner beast in us all. Laissez le bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll.
Hey, if anyone is in chat or if Jake is still here or anybody, you should do our goofy question at the end of the thingy.
Oh, thank you so much for reminding me. Yeah, so just a little heads up to chat that it might be, if it's your first time watching, this is obviously this is a little bit of a heavy game. So we'd like to give our cast just a quick little moment to seem human at the end of the session. So please let us know if there's a goofy question, or hey, thank you so much for that cheer again, Meebles. Heck yeah, glad you're enjoying the show so much. we're let us know if there's a question that you would like for the cast to answer, like in person or in character. We've had questions like, "What is your ideal Sunday?" What are some other ones that we've had, y'all?
What fruit would you be?
What fruit would you be? Did we have that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's just an example of kind of the style of question. I think we had a question about what kind of breakfast would you be, or what's your favorite breakfast, inspired by the excellent channel Blood on the Thames. If you are a fan of Vampire, do check out Blood on the Thames. They are fantastic, and that is where I know Nat and Slowpoke from, I do believe. They're real great and always doing real quality work.
We also had what fantasy world would you want to live in?
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a really good one. Not necessarily the safest, but which world was the most appealing to you? Yeah. So Michael has posed the idea: what kind of musical would fit you or your character? And if you all have any other suggestions for questions, we'll pick one of them at the end of the show. Or if there's a few, the cast can pick their own question. And that just kind of helps us seem a little bit more human after a kind of darker game where things are about to go south real fast. So let's jump back into it then. Jet, you hear the husky voice of the Scourge on the phone. Madam Graves. Yes? Can I help you?
This is Jet. I am calling to give some information. I am unfortunately not at the allocated location as we mentioned earlier. We ran over some information regarding the potential haven of our guests in the graveyard. On that end, we decided to head out early to scout out their location. Now, I'm not comfortable giving that away just yet, as I'm afraid they might have compromised our communication. However, we have not seen them move from the potential haven, but we are in the process of breaching and clearing the compound. Be aware that there still might be a meetup at the graveyard, and I would advise you to use caution.
And where exactly is this meet supposed to take place at the graveyard? We have agents we can have in place.
Daniel Clark.
Yes, sorry.
St. Louis #1. I see. Thank you. And the line goes dead.
All right, I send out a message to Mikey. All right, we're on, unless you have something for us.
Mikey will text back. Why, you want me to come back meet you guys?
Nah, just keep lookout. I think we'll start our approach.
All right, there's nothing here.
All right. So I try to get a hold of Tab, unless she's been looking at the messages.
They do have the pager on.
Oh, right. I'll call the pager.
And like reads like the little text that's in there and just gives 2 whistles back.
Hey, Tab. Pager doesn't go off.
Oh no.
Oh, sounds like my cat's angry. Yeah, there's no noise coming from the pager.
Then Tabitha is staying there on that rooftop.
Oh God.
Okay.
Did I see where Tab was going?
Yeah.
You
All
want
right.
me to send Nikolai up?
Yeah, do it.
I'll send Nikolai up to the roof.
Yeah. Nikolai is
Oh.
able to like look at the ground and look back at you, and look at the car and look back to you.
Okay. Tabitha gives them a little treat before going that way.
Okay. So the three of you are back at the car. Mikey is still hiding in the alley.
All right. Oh, Tab is back.
Yeah, I
Tab's
thought
back.
you said the whole bird thing was a bad idea. That's why
Well, we
Crackle's
couldn't
in
get a
my
hold
ear.
of you.
What? Oh
You're-
no! And
We don't
Hold
want
up.
the birds seeming like they're doing anything that birds should not do. I feel like flying up to a roof is fine.
like you see Tabitha pull out the pager, her and stomps it on the ground, like busting it open, and is nervously freaking out.
No service on the pager. Certainly
Like,
not
no,
now.
like-
You're very angry with your technology today, Tub.
Okay, they're not working when they should. That means again sabotage. I mean, someone's tracking me. Don't know why. They're coming at. They're. Oh
Let
no.
me guess, your sire is the one who runs your subscriptions, yeah?
No.
Oh, well, I
That's
suggest
why I'm
we act
freaking
fast.
out.
All right. Action first, exit strategy later, I suggest.
Yes.
So I'm guessing driving the car directly into the building would not be a kosher idea.
No, I suggest breach and clear. We
You
have the
suggest
guns. Breach and clear. We breach open the doors if we need to, sneak inside if we're able. But if we need to break them open, use shotguns and just clear out what we can.
Two-pronged with Mikey and me coming from the back or trying to get in through some air ducts.
I think
We'll
we should
see how far we'll see how far we can get before we hit a locked door or somewhere that's occupied.
So to clarify, y'all are not going to the cemetery then.
No.
Okay. Bold choice. Oh, Mikey made a face at that. Okay.
What, are you gonna live forever?
All right. I will remind you all that one of the tenets of the city is that one of the tenets of this chronicle is that the city maintains to function. But after that, I'll leave the floor open to y'all. How do you want to proceed?
If the plan does not involve at least some form of stealth or way to cover this up, this is bad. But again, I don't know if because you want Jess to come out there alive, correct?
Look, I'm not expecting him to be alive at this point. But I'm getting him out of there.
Well,
And you're
be
free
fine.
to leave behind on this. You're free to leave it behind, but I'm going in there.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but again, it was observed with him going out with the smoke with people.
No, I don't believe Mikey told anyone about that.
No, because again, this is what they observed. They didn't
I
notice
think
anything.
Mikey,
No.
Mikey
Mike,
observed
no.
it. You didn't.
Mikey never
observed
told
it.
us.
Oh,
Never
okay, my
told
bad.
us.
I thought we both had observed.
No,
My bad.
no problem. That's why I'm here, is to clarify things. With
Okay,
that.
so-
No, Mikey's the only one that's seen Jesse, and Mikey has not told anyone.
Well, okay, whatever plan. This is your show. Though, just keep in mind, if this goes sideways, you're most likely going to be the one that'll end up dead.
Oh, I'm planning on it.
Okay. So
Then
I'm
will
just
follow...
doing it on the big difference between the two of us, Tab, is that I'm trying to make it go my way. I know it's coming. I'm just trying to do this my way.
I understand. I'm just seeing this as in how can we get out the most bang for our buck. See this as a business deal. And it does not look like we are going to be coming out in the green. We're going to be coming out in the reds.
That's why I'm saying this is the only wild card that we have. Either way, we're going to be late for the graveyard meeting now. Either way, we're not going to be part of that confrontation.
Then we'll be about the confrontation here.
Yes,
Your party.
we're trying to turn the tables here, and this is as best as we can do. If they know that we are here, then everything is fucked. There is nothing we can do.
It's your party. I'll follow.
Let's go
from
open the back
shadows.
door.
All right. Maeve, since you're leading this, why don't you make a Dex and larceny roll for me?
For the back door.
Yep.
Are we already there?
Is there any chance that Tab could make it instead?
It sounds to me like Maeve is leading this one.
Okay.
I felt like it was gonna devolve into an argument. Can I just try the back door subtly?
Sure. Yeah. The go ahead and make the roll, and the roll is going to determine what's
Dex and larceny.
well, larceny and Dex. But yeah, I always say them backwards.
And larceny. La, 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 la.
Is Mikey still hanging around outside, or is Mikey taking part in this raid?
No,
got
Mikey's
two.
gonna. Mike's gonna be watching what everyone's doing because I don't think this has been communicated to him on the text, so he's just a bit confused at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. And so the ball's into your court as to when or if you want to take any action there, Mikey. Yeah, you find a back door, and it's not unlocked, but it's just got the little hook lock, and you managed to pop that open pretty quick. Looks like there's a kitchen behind you, a kitchen in front of you. Nobody currently in it.
Let's go in.
All right. Let's sneak around in here. Are we doing this from two sides? So this is the back door. So Maeve is going that way. Who else is going this way?
Unless, like you've indicated, like Tab is with you.
All right.
I thought at first we were all together, but it looks like Tab is going from the front with you, while Maeve is going from the back.
Yeah. Again, like I would have wanted us to link up with Mikey first, of course.
Okay. So what do you message Mikey?
Message Mikey. Maeve is gonna try to enter from the rear. Will you join? See how far in you can get unspotted.
Sure. If you guys think this is a good idea.
It's not.
It's the only idea we have.
Yeah, Jet's being very honest about this. It's not, but it's the only real card we got, and I feel by now we should play it.
Yeah, Mikey will do as suggested in that case.
Okay, Mikey, you join Maeve at the back. Assuming Maeve is going to wait for Mikey.
Yeah.
And so the two of you are together with an open door facing the kitchen, and Jet and Tab are at the front. Who wants to take the first scene?
Tab will at least try to see if the door is unlocked before going in. And
Oh yeah, the place is open.
Yeah, she will try to be as stealthy as possible, so that at least for what Jet does may be loud, she'll be from the shadows. So you have two-pronged attack.
So the door opens. There's a chime of bells, and there's a young woman in her probably late teens, early 20s. Says, "Oh, hey, party of two?
Yes, please.
Of course. No problem. Just to let you know, we do have a 2-drink minimum. And do you? What size pipe would you like?
I'll keep to a medium one if you still have more of them available.
Sure, of course, no problem." And she leads you to a comfy semicircular couch with a table in the center. The center of the table is hollow, and there's about a 3-foot tall shisha pipe with a hot coals next to it and a menu of flavors. Both of you, the flame is not intense enough to trigger a frenzy, but those coals catch your eye, and the instinctive fear that you have of fire starts to rear its head in your stomach, and you're slightly put on edge.
All right. Jet will sit down and quickly check his phone for if he has any bars.
Yes.
Yes, as I do, I send a message on the chat. Slight compromise, working establishment.
Maeve and Mikey, you're in the back door.
Mikey's gonna let Maeve take the lead. He's still invisible, so.
Okay. Maeve, how do you proceed?
Can I look around for people in the kitchen?
Yeah. It's a fairly small kitchen. Looks like it would maybe hold 2 line cooks at the most. At the moment, it doesn't appear that there's anyone there. Most of the stuff set looks like it's ready to be prepped for finger foods, appetizers, and there is a deep fry station. Looks like they just kind of they have a small menu. It looks like, and prep. Yeah, sorry, 5 years of restaurant management. It looks like they just have a small menu ready to go whenever people order.
Okay, what about doors to other places from the kitchen?
There is what appears to be a stockroom door, and what appears to be a corner that leads to the main hall of the hookah lounge.
Can I check the stockroom?
Sure. It's locked.
Okay. I don't feel like I should go in through the main door because I feel like it will be noticed. Mikey, what do you think? What kind of building is this? Is this like a 2-story building?
No, just one.
Just one. Oh, so it's just a little building.
Mikey's just gonna shrug awkwardly and kind of whisper very quietly. I don't know, I'm not very good at confrontation, and this doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
That's fair. Is there like a window or anything in the door to the main lounge?
There's like a
tiny porthole?
Yeah, like an order rack.
Okay, so can I peek through and see if we recognize anybody in the main area?
Yeah, you see Tab and Jet being glad to sit down.
Do any of the other patrons reek of kindred in any way?
Go ahead and make a wits and awareness and wits roll for me.
Okay. Awareness and... Go. That's a 3.
Okay, 3 successes. No one thinks of undeath, but you do see familiar iconography. An embossed tree, fruiting with pomegranates, a coiled serpent around it. This is between 2 bookshelves.
In the lounge?
In the lounge, yeah. Looks like there's books for people to read if they want to.
Okay, I look at Mikey, I kind of shrug, and can we go back out the back door?
Yeah. Nothing's stopping you.
Can we go in the front door?
Yeah, of course. You see the same young woman, auburn hair pulled back into a bun. It's party of 2? Party of 1.
Oh.
Mikey's still invisible.
Actually, I saw some of my friends enter. Can I go sit with them? They're over there.
Do Tab or Jet recognize when Maeve points to them?
Yes, I'll lift my hand.
She leads you to their seat.
Okay.
Tab
I-
is on the lookout for Jesse, like seeing if like they can spot them this entire time.
Go ahead and make a an alertness and wits roll. It's going to be at a higher difficulty because you don't know that he's in this room.
Yeah.
So it's going to
Dino?
be three. It's going to be three successes.
Okay, what is that again? Because I'm not seeing alertness.
Awareness. Sorry.
Okay.
Alertness is an old World of Darkness stat. I've played too many editions of this game.
Okay, awareness and wits.
Wits. Yeah. And what was that, Jet?
Oh, would I recognize if he's in the room or not?
Yeah. Go ahead and make that roll for me as well.
You said
wits and
that was
awareness.
3, correct?
3 successes. For Jet, it's just going to be
I got
two
only
successes.
2. I can only roll 2, so I'd fail.
Okay.
That was wits and awareness.
Yeah, you can always add an extra. You can always add an extra dice or an extra success.
I'll add 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna say you automatically succeed. Raven, can you drop that 7 crit down to 5, please? Yeah. Oh. Did you spend the 2 successes, or was that?
Yes, I did.
All right. Cool. So 5 successes. One, you notice the embossed serpent, the same one that was in the sanctuary of the other priest, who you unfortunately detongued. You also notice Jesse in the corner with probably half a dozen other people. They've got 2 or 3 pipes around them, a few bottles of champagne, a few bottles of vodka. Looks like they're having a good time. He doesn't appear to have noticed you yet.
All right. I'll try to call his number.
No response.
Are you going to point this out to Tab at all?
Yeah, I'm pointing at him as slyly as I can.
Is Mikey doing anything while they're invisible?
Mikey's just watching. A thought. The bookcases you mentioned in this room, right, with the symbol.
Yeah.
If Mikey can get a closer look, without kind of making himself known by pushing past anyone, he'd like to have a closer look at that symbol.
Sure. Go ahead and what is it exactly that you're looking for?
Honestly, he was just thinking perhaps secret bookcase, secret entrance, etc. It just stands out. Just looking for anything odd about it.
All right. Go ahead and make the general perception roll with alertness and wits, and then we'll proceed from there. Ooh. Oh, those hunger dice. They're adding up real quick, but it's still 4 successes. That 10 saved your bacon. You don't see anything hidden. You do see some books that seem out of place, however. Why don't you go ahead and make me a intelligence and occult roll.
Ooh.
Ooh.
1 success on the hunger die.
You're trying to focus. And you do see a few books that catch your eye. These books are bound in a different kind of leather. They look much older. It's so hard to focus. There's so many people around. And there's the sweet smell of tobacco in the air. And the laughter of the drunks. Their blood would taste so good. It's just hard to focus. And you find yourself walking away and standing a few feet behind a table of customers. And you inhale deeply. Smell their sweat, their sins of the day. And you feel your fangs start to grow. and you come to your senses and take a step back. No one else is aware of this.
Luckily.
And
The books that were the spine of the books. There were 2 books that caught your eye, and you could not read the language that they were written in. What was that, Maeve?
Can I like flag down the waitress?
Yeah, of course.
And she said there was a 2-drink minimum, right?
Yeah.
So can I get I guess I've been looking at it, and I'll get 2 drinks. I don't really give a shit what they are, honestly.
Okay.
And some shisha, maybe peach flavored shisha. I don't really care. But I kind of.
She recommends a nice peach mint.
Oh, that sounds nice. And I kind of like wave over at the bookshelf, like I kind of saw the statue or icon or whatever it was on it.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to ask her about it.
She goes, "Oh well, the owners have really eclectic taste. I don't know. It's been here since I started, at least."
What are the owners like other than eclectic?
Oh, they're really nice. They treat us real good. One of them's a kind of an out of town dude. The other's a local. Mr. Jameson is a local. He's the one who's around most of the time. Yeah, he's good. He's good folks. He's real good folks.
Interesting.
Yeah, are you looking for work or something? Okay.
Yeah, I'm also kind of from out of town, but yeah, I'm interested in the local business and whatnot. I like to try and patronize local places.
Oh well, when y'all are done and you settle your bill up, we'll give you a discount card for next visit.
Sounds awesome.
Gotta keep the return customers.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for shisha places, so
yeah,
I understand.
It's a regular clientele. We don't get a lot of new folks.
I'm nodding my head towards Jesse's table. Yeah, I see they're having a good time. These locals as well.
Oh yeah, this is a local band. They were doing a set earlier today, and yeah, they decided to hang around after the fact, and they all seem to be having a great time.
They did a set.
Do you think like it'd be rude if like I go over there and ask for an autograph?
Oh, no, go right ahead. Just don't be a creeper.
Oh, I'll try. And gives kind of like a look to Jet of like, okay, this is a way. Do you want me to try?
I'm nodding. I say, make sure you get one for me as well. Point me out for him.
Of course. And like starts to walk over to them and just goes on to, oh, hello there. You must be the grand band I've heard so much about.
Oh yeah, that's that's us. It's not Jesse talking. It's another young man with largely dilated pupils. He's got what appears to be a Misfit style devil lock, dyed bright red, and he is kind of holding himself with the arrogance that comes with a little bit too much cocaine and a little bit too much praise.
And she pulls out kind of like a little piece of paper and a pen. I don't know if it would be too trouble if like you would make out an autograph now, because I've heard just such wonderful things of you, and just be an honor.
Oh yeah, of course, no problem. Who should I make this bad boy out to?
I think my friend wants a more personal one. Jet. And just says that a little bit louder.
Yeah, the Jesse's ears perk up at the name Jet. Like, oh hey, Jet? That's cool.
Yeah, like, hey, I think kind of like I'm supposed to meet him outside for smoking a little bit. Would you care to kind of like wait out
Oh
with
yeah,
me
yeah.
a
No,
bit?
I haven't seen Jet since that fucking shitty night. Yeah, no, I'd love to see Jet again.
Oh my god. That's where I recognize you from. My friend. She was there. Oh my god.
Oh, is your friend okay?
Yeah. Like, hey, it'll work out well for her. Her big on cosplay just gave her a lot of inspiration.
Oh, is she the one that saved the day?
I don't know. Like, again, I don't tend to take in a lot of traditional media. So,
Mhm.
again, I'm a little back on things. So, I prefer kind of like hearing from the people.
Oh, okay. That's kind of a bummer. I was hoping to thank her. But yeah, no, if Jet's gonna be outside, yeah, I'll hang outside and I'll wait for Jet.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you. Like, and after it gets a autograph from everyone. Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to head out there if like you would like to join me. Eh,
okay.
eh,
Yeah, that sounds great. And two of the other band members get up as well. As well as a kind of older guy in his mid 30s that seems to be hanging around the group pretty tightly.
I was about to ask if Jet can see that any of the other ones piped up at the name Jet.
Um,
Is
that
any
is
of
an excellent question. Why don't you make me an awareness and wits roll?
crap, I'm so shit at this. Eh, awareness and wits. No modifier this round. Oh, that's 2.
Two. You see,
wow.
you see the man in his 30s kind of tilt his head a little bit, but it's a subtle reaction.
All right.
Wow. All you want to join me? Like, are you sure that it wouldn't come off as a threat to my friend I'm supposed to meet up? With all of you coming out with me?
And the guy with the devil lock who stood up goes, "Oh no, Jet! No, we fucking know Jet. Jet's a cool dude. I mean, he Jesse vouches for him all the time, so what's there to worry about?"
Okay, then with like, do you want me to try to make a persuasion roll to try to just get Jesse away? Like, because that's at least what Tab's statement was about.
Yeah, go ahead and make a manipulation and persuasion,
Okay.
or persuasion and manipulation.
Oops, went on the wrong one. I need to go to persuasion first, then manipulation. Come on. There we go. Persuasion, and then manipulation. Correct.
Yes.
No modifiers.
No modifiers.
I'm as this is happening, I'm telling Maeve, keep an eye on the older dude. If he makes a move, we're leaving. If you see him go for a phone, we're leaving. And I quickly message Mikey, time to get out. We're leaving in not too long.
Okay. Mikey, your phone buzzes.
Pretty
You
quietly.
you can't open it. I think it's actually that buzz that brings you back from the neck of the patron. Yeah. So that's 2 successes. I think with 2 successes, the other bandmates kind of think that Tab is trying to how to put this respectfully, get some pipe laid.
I'm okay with that.
But the older gentleman kind of puts a slightly possessive hand on Jesse's shoulder. Says, "Yeah, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. I sure would love to meet him."
Oh. And like
Jet,
that extra loud little oh.
Mm-hmm.
Jet is getting up and starting to walk outside, just nodding at Maeve, not saying anything.
Okay. What's Maeve doing other than chewing?
Glaring. Glaring
Okay.
across the room.
All right. Mikey, you see, you're aware of all this happening. How do you respond?
I think Mikey will stay put in the shadows and just watch. And if anything else unusual happens or anyone else turns up suddenly, he'll be texting the group.
You, as they leave, as they begin to walk out, you see the older man. Excuse me, just one moment. Walks over to one of the books that you were so close to touching, and kind of stops, and his hand hovers over it for a second. And he adjusts its place slightly and goes, "Sorry, something looked out of place. Had to make sure everything was where it was supposed to be."
Oh, I understand. Like, putting things in the right place allows for a lot better bees.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
And yeah, I'm gonna assume the three of you walk outside. Jet, are you outside before them?
I'm outside before them. I'm just around the corner from the door.
Okay.
Who is exiting first from them? Of them?
Great question. I think Tap's the first one to walk out.
Yeah, I would think kind of like that, where like it's Jesse and then the man, older man, and
Mhm.
like as kind of like just pulls out what looks like uh almost like a vape pen,
Mhm.
and just as kind of like just puts it out, just puffs out. There's like a red little vape that comes out.
Yeah, vampires are so thankful for the evolution of the vape pen. No pesky fire to set off frenzies in the middle of a crowd. Yeah, they go. The next out the door is Jesse, followed by the gentleman.
I just quickly wave at him. It's just over here.
They walk over to meet you.
Yeah. And
Uh,
I
Well,
believe the old guy is behind him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since these two probably have some time to catch and up to do, would a masculine man like yourself like to just talk a little privately away from them?
Make a manipulation or charisma with presence. Not presence. Bleh. Persuasion.
Okay, so persuasion, then.
Either manipulation or charisma, whichever is higher.
I think that's manipulation.
Gonna need
You
4
double check?
successes on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna add in 2 successes to this just to give me a chance.
All
Here.
right.
Here. So that's persuasion and manipulation.
Yes.
Oh, one short. Too bad I can't add on after.
I mean, you can if you want to. I won't say
And I
no.
do, because I really want to kind of like have like Tabitha like seem like very interested in this guy.
All right. Tell you what. Instead of using up an extra success, we're burning through them pretty quick. Why don't you make a rouse check for me?
Okay.
Raven, so that's 3 crits now instead of 5. All right. So you bring forth the blush of life, and as you talk, your cheeks flush a little bit, and
Matching the vein.
you're wearing the flak jacket, right?
Yeah, like where like I think it's the bulletproof that has a bit of a rose,
Yeah.
so it kind of looks like almost like a biker jacket with a
Yeah.
little bit of stylization on the back.
Okay, so no, he can't see your nipples then. But your hips shift slightly, and you seem a little more alluring for just a moment. He says, "Sure, I'd love to," and walks away with you. And we'll get to that scene in just a moment. Jet, Jesse seems happy to see you.
Sure. Before we start, how far away does the older man walk?
How far
Along
away are
with
you
Tab.
leading him, Tab?
I would think at least around the corner, like enough room where like they could potentially make out without other people noticing.
Okay.
All right. So, Jesse, long time no see.
Hey, man! Wow! I'm so happy to see that you're okay. Are you are
Likewise.
okay, right?
Close as we can get. So, a couple of questions.
Yeah. What's up, man?
How you been holding up?
Man, it's been fucking wild. Just shit happens so fast.
That I believe. Do you know what situation you're in right now?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the cops are gonna get caught on this place, man. You know, it's
No,
just,
you don't.
just-
You
it's
don't.
just-
That's fine. That's fine. Jesse, we've talked a bit already. Just how much are you willing to know? And now
I
I'm
mean,
talking about me and about what I'm part of. How much are you willing to know?
go ahead and lay it on me, man. You know you can trust me,
This will literally turn your life around.
man. My life's been going at a mile a minute since a few days ago.
If this is what you want, it won't be anything like that. It'll be bad. It'll be real bad, but you'll know. So, do you want comfort? Do you want
Nah,
life?
man. Nah, give me
Or
that
do you?
red
Or
pill.
do you? All right, come with me. And I walk towards Tab, the other guy,
All right.
around the corner.
Tab. The man approaches you, and for lack of a better term, kind of cabedones you against the wall. Your back to the wall, his hand on the near your face, as he leans in and goes, "My, you do smell lovely."
Oh, I do my best to bring about a strong response from big fellas like yourself. Now, do you have a particular thing in mind? Because if not, I have a few, let's just say, out of the ordinary preferences.
Oh, I think I know exactly what to do with you. And yeah, Raven, excellent timing on that on that content warning right there. Oh no. And as he says that, his eyes turn to slits, an eerie red glow peering from them. And his teeth elongate, and he sinks his fangs into your neck.
You know, like most people ask, like, you couldn't bother with that, could you?
He rolled pretty terribly. It's more passion and anger than brute force at this point. So you're not going to
I
take
know
any
that I'm
damage
trying
yet.
to play into that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like, it's just horribly done. I'm like, that's rather rude.
Tab, I want you to make me a willpower roll.
Okay, I believe because of the fortitude that does something, right?
No, fortitude is for soaking damage. Or
I could have
resisting.
sworn
Oh yeah, it does something for
unswayable
your
mind. The user
Yeah.
adds a dot in fortitude to as an extra dice to any roll to take over to resist coercion, intimidation, seduction, or...
Yeah, I would say that it would apply. Yeah.
Okay.
So give yourself a 1 modifier.
Okay, so willpower and...
Modifier of 1.
Okay, like I'm trying to remember which the willpower is.
Willpower is up towards the top by your health.
Okay. So just a regular roll with 1 modifier, right? So that should be
Yes.
6 for the value?
Yep. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah. You feel the kiss start to sink its way in, but your unswayable mind bites the ecstasy off from the vampiric saliva.
There's no... Come on. And here I thought that you know, looking so good, you had at least some style or some preference. That you could at least be a little bit on the more seductive side, but no. Come on. Like, this is just horrible.
And it's at this point that he crunches. You're going to take 2 points of aggravated damage. So 2 of those red boxes should be X's. And blood begins to gush as Jet and Jesse round the corner.
I pull out my my gun, my sidearm, white bullets, double tap.
Yeah, and what Tab would probably want to do as a response is just like have from kind of like her side, just like pull out kind of like a dagger. I mean, like needles, just kind of like just start stabbing them.
All right,
So,
make a dexterity and melee for me, Tab, and Jet. I need you to make a dexterity and aim roll for me.
All right. Let's see, that'll be firearms and dexterity.
Yeah, firearms. Yeah, sorry, not aim. Oh man, I'm gonna have to figure out these systems that I run someday.
that is 3 total with
3
1
successes. Okay. Tab, I'm going to need you to increase your hunger by 1 point down at the bottom of your sheet.
See,
Yes.
do we still have successes left?
Yes, we have 3 auto successes and 6 single die.
I'll take 2 extra die if possible.
All right, Raven, can you drop that 6 down to a 4 for us, please?
Let's see, and then roll.
And then roll. Since you added the 2 die, is that with a 2 modifier on there as well?
Oh, that's not with a 2 modifier now.
Okay, go ahead and roll an extra 2d10.
Let's see, that will be through.
Just you can use the little drop down on the right, on the upper left hand side.
And then use. Hold on. Oop, which one? Just roll.
Roll 2d10, yeah.
Where is that?
/R.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry.
10 or 2d10 in this example.
Roll 2d10. So like this, I think. There we are. Oh, 1 critical failure.
That's okay. You got successes, so you're fine. It's not a critical failure. It's still 3 successes.
No. Right.
Yeah. Tab, you feel your needle punch through a few times, but after the skin gives through, doesn't feel like there's much on the inside. And you were firing a phosphorus round?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He's going to take 3 aggravated damage. And there's a burst of fire. Tabitha, I need you to make a frenzy roll for me.
Okay. Would dexterity help in this?
No, this is a fireball going off in your face.
Okay, so it says willpower. Would I up
Just
that
click the
to
dice.
6?
No, click the dice next to willpower.
Okay, so I'm not hitting frenzy then. I'm hitting willpower.
Oh, shit. Let me look at your character sheet. Sorry.
Frenzy's down at the bottom.
Yeah, frenzy's down at the bottom. So
Okay.
just roll for frenzy.
Okay, it has the willpower as the value, so that's why I was double checking.
Okay, yeah. As long as your willpower is full, then don't worry about it. It should be whatever your willpower is. It looks like your willpower is 5 right now.
So that's a 4 with a crit.
All right.
Nice.
So you don't lose your shit. Why are you rolling 6 dice? You should only be rolling 5 dice.
It says when I go over there, 5 plus 4, and like a
Is it on health? Is that
no,
anything
because
to do
like
with it?
It looks like when I go to your frenzy, it says 5.
yeah, and then after doing that, it says humanity value, which would be 5. I hit submit. And then
okay.
that's what I got to roll. So
Let me just check. I just want to see any value. 6.
so I can click it again if you'd like.
No. I'm just checking because I haven't used the character sheet on Roll20 before, so I'm just checking on how things work. Okay, because that gave me 7. Huh. Weird. Super weird. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out later, but it's definitely enough for you to avoid frenzying.
Is it enough like I can use it to my advantage to get in another attack?
Definitely not. He resists frenzying as well, but he is going to break the distance between the two of you, and he's going to turn back to you, Jet, and unhinge his jaw, and you see long fangs going probably 6 inches down as he hisses. And
Do I still have distance to him, or is he like right up on me?
you're about 10 feet away.
Fire.
He go ahead and he's going to make a dodge roll this time.
Yep.
So go ahead and make the same roll.
When he goes to dodge, can I, after the fire goes off, then just throw some bone knives at him?
Sure. Go ahead and make a. We're gonna call this, since it's not in your hand when you're making the attack. Go ahead and make a dex and firearms roll.
Okay, I thought it was dex and athletics for throwing.
No, I'm gonna roll this as firearms.
Okay,
Um,
then I'm
Yeah.
gonna add a success onto that because I got 0 on firearms.
okay. So one
Or,
automatic success, or one extra dice.
Oh, 1 extra die.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. So go ahead and make that roll.
I don't think 2 is good enough, is it?
It is not, unfortunately.
I believe minus.
Yours is, in fact. He tenses his legs and jumps, and you follow him and hit him square in the chest with another phosphorus round, and he is on the ground still and smoking.
All right. I'm grabbing Jesse. I'm yelling at Tab. We're going. And I'm reckoning that the ones on the inside heard this. So.
Oh yeah.
If kind of like Tab can,
Mhm.
she's going to essentially pull out something that looks very unhinged relating to that crossbow.
Mhm.
A small little bit of stake to kind of like just shove in this guy's heart.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength and medicine roll for me.
Oh,
That's a
I know
mix.
you've got good medicine. This shouldn't be too hard for you.
When you apply
I
medicine,
have
with
horrible
strength-
strength. I want to add a crit on that just
Okay.
to be safe.
All
But
right.
I think I'll still fail if I have a crit.
This to me sounds like a barbarian applying medicine.
No more bleed.
Okay, that's 2 successes, and
Yeah.
1's on the hunger die.
That's okay. You stay. You feel like you stake them proper. They twitch for a second and stay still.
And then just bolts it as quickly as possible to the car to cheese it.
Oh. All right, Maeve, Mikey, you've both heard gunshots.
Yeah.
I'm dragging Jesse to the Toyota.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Welcome to
Fucking
the.
shot that guy.
If you call that a guy, you're drunker than I thought. In the car.
I'm gonna throw like $100 down on the table, $100 on the table, and be like, "Bye," and just cheese it.
Yeah, Mikey's going to shuffle after Maeve.
Okay. And everyone gets back to the car. Tad, your shirt is stained to hell and back, and you have a gaping wound in your neck. Just keep that in mind for next week.
Is there anything like she could do, like a medicine check beforehand to see
You can
how bad?
You can rouse the beast, and heal some. So make a
Okay.
rouse check. All right. It begins to close a little bit. That aggravated is now lethal. Do you want to make another rouse check to make the lethal superficial?
Is there any way like I can apply medicine to that? Like I did bring the bandages and stuff.
I mean, you don't have a pulse, so no.
Okay,
You're
I tried.
effectively controlling the blood flow in your body.
Yeah.
I said I tried. I got
Yep.
one.
All right. Your that lethal turns to superficial, but you feel the beast asking for its payment in kind. Yeah, Nat.
Before we get in
Or
the
it's
car and
payment
get
in
out.
kind. Sorry.
Sorry?
Payment in kind. That's funny. I didn't even think about that when I said it.
Before we make a quick exit, Mikey wants to go to the scene of the crime, so to speak, and try and do some kind of cleanup. Is there anything to clean up?
There is
Molotov it!
there is a blood splatters and a what appears to be a humanoid figure with an arrow in their chest.
Okay. And the shotgun shells as well should be on the floor, I think, that
Yeah.
Jet fired.
Oh, pistol rounds.
Pistol rounds. They were special rounds as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, white rounds.
Yeah. Okay, Mikey will pick those up and take those empty rounds with him.
Do I notice that Mikey stops?
No, Mikey is invisible.
Okay.
So the corpse, is it decomposing?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Didn't you say like it turned to kind of like an ashy thing?
Nope. When Lydia died, yeah.
Okay, I just was making sure
you
what you
stabbed
said.
it and it twitched and went still.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Are there any bins nearby?
Yeah.
Mikey will pick up the corpse and quietly as he can, just put it in a dumpster.
Okay.
Remember to recycle, folks.
That will break your invisibility.
Would that be at the point that he gets to the when he's kind of presumably opening the dumpster?
When he's moving the body, yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone around apart from the party?
We're in the car waiting for you.
Go
I
ahead
know,
and
but is
make-
anyone else around?
Go ahead and make an awareness plus wits.
Yeah. That is one.
You
One
don't see anyone
success.
around.
I mean, if Mikey doesn't see anyone, he's just gonna carry right on, and
Okay.
yeah, put the body in the dumpster as quietly as he can, and yeah, and then he will go to the car.
Okay. So with everyone back in the car, Jesse looks to Jet and goes, "Okay, so what the fuck is going on?"
I'm just
And
This was the
shushing
whole
as
thing.
I'm getting in the
warned
driver's.
you of.
and that's where this part of our story is going to end for the week. The camera's going to cut. We're going to see a lovely office, furnished in red, deep golds, and we're going to see an elegant woman dressed in the finest attire, impeccable makeup, heels that you could literally kill a man with. And sitting in front of her is a young Talon Phoenix, wearing a red and gold jacket given to her by her dear friend Tab. The lady looks at Talon, and when she looks at you, your heart wants to burst. There's no feeling, no ecstasy, no attention better than having her gaze fixed on you. And as she smiles, teeth glinting, you could feel like you were kissed by an angel at that very moment. And she says, "Now, my dear Talon, you have done some outstanding work recently. And I come to you with a business opportunity."
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course, it's no problem. Now, how would you feel about advancing your way up in the world? It seems as though I've had a position within my empire recently become vacant.
I don't. I'm not overly familiar with your empire.
Don't worry, dear. I feel like you're a fast learner, and heaven knows I'm the best teacher there is.
I try to be. And she just kind of like picks at her nails and looks down. Doesn't really know what to say.
You look so tense, darling. Why
Just
don't you relax? And as the word leaves her lips, your body uncoils. And you're at peace. Now, I do have one condition. I need you to find a loose end and tie it off for me.
I can certainly try.
Now, come here. Why don't you let me give you a kiss? She kisses her on the cheek, moves down to the chin, nibbles on her ear for just a second, and we see her fangs grow as they pierce into Talon's neck, and she begins to moan and writhe before growing pale and still. And that's where we're going to end our session. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Michael. I hope you don't hate me. Oh, I've really been getting a kick out of watching your reactions, though.
You did what I was wanting to do.
Oh boy, that was good fun.
You took my toy away. Whee!
My toy. I wanted to impress you, man. Okay, well, that was a fucking whirlwind. So I really liked our question of what was that question? Favorite guilty pleasure snack or food. So I'm gonna change the music and get this super dramatic stuff out of here so we can all kind of relax a little bit after that shit show. We're gonna have something fun playing. Yeah, have a happy fun time music. So we're going to go around in reverse order this time, and we're going to let each of the players tell you who they are, where you can find them, what their favorite part was, and what their guilty snack food of their guilty food or guilty snack of preference is. So we're going to start this time with Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat, Natatui. I play Mikey, the sneaky Nosferatu, who's also an expert in rubbish disposal, apparently. You can find me occasionally on the Black Feather Discord. Favorite part of the session. I don't know. I quite like the rubbish disposal at the end there. Best I could do really in the circumstance. Favorite guilty snack. I think all snacks are guilty really because I don't really have any willpower when it comes to food, so too much gets eaten all the time. Probably Kentucky Fried Chicken. Probably is my favorite.
Good stuff. Excellent. And where can we find you?
Oh, a bit of a hermit, but I'm on Blackfeather Discord, so always.
Excellent. Man, of course, same questions.
I am Tawny. You can find me on Twitter or in my bed in about 10 minutes. And I'm going to be sleeping. My favorite part, I think, was the fact that we just decided not to go to the graveyard at all and went and fucked around at a hookah joint for most of the session. I just kind of enjoyed the fact that we just were like, meh, how about fuck that? Yeah, I'm with Matt. All snacks are guilty pleasures, but I eat them every day. Because I also have no willpower when it comes to food. I think I eat chocolate every day, so chocolate constantly, all the time, and carbs. Carbs recently, and just like pastries. Pastries always, yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, Slowpoke, take it away.
Yeah, I am, and still remain, the Slowpoke. I am the other hermit on the Blackfeather Discord, sitting there saying hi whenever you drop by. I have been playing Silas, and I've been getting my money's worth this session. This was tons of fun. Don't know what would be my favorite. Probably what didn't happen, where my conspiracies went like, is Jesse working with them? Do I need to execute Jesse? Oh, this is going to be interesting. And then none of that happened. That was great.
Don't give me any ideas there.
Oh yeah. Oh. We'll talk. We'll talk. Don't you worry. Now, apart from that, my favorite guilty pleasure, probably, like I'm a sucker for crispy nuts, like anything like chili nuts, kind of stuff like that. But also because I'm weird and Norwegian, cured and smoked sausage.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
There's nothing guilty about that. All right, Michael Wayne, last but not least.
Favorite moment, actually, it'd have to be near the beginning with you having the fun with the intern. Like, that actually was my favorite little bit of just like, yes, just remember to be hydrated, honey. Like, I'm loving just the fact that, like, the intern and Tab are just like, yes, they're both screwed up, but they care about each other.
Oh, yeah.
Here. Mikey with the book thing, like that was pretty funny. Like that was one of those like moments like it's where, do I really want to risk it for the biscuit? Oh wait, this guy comes up. I'm about to be found out. No, I'm just gonna put it back. And Manic did a good job with Talon towards the end. Just like very shocked, but also it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I think that means Tab loses a touchstone.
It does. It does indeed. But we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, and Jet did a good job with like the whole, like, what are we gonna do? You're the boss. I don't think this is right, but I'm gonna go with what you say. Was a fun time. Yeah, next time you want to see me, you might see me on Twitch. I've been experimenting with that, with Horizon Zero Dawn and Rad. Most part, again, like others, I'll be on the Blackfeather Guild. And if you give me a clip, I'll give you a GIF. Remember, we're all in this together, and I don't have a guilty food. Like for me, like I really don't care. None of them it's guilty. It's just what can I afford?
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I am Insanity. I'm Zan, your storyteller in this tale of horror and woe. And yeah, you can catch me at twitter.com/insanityttrpg, or at my website, insanitygaming.com. Yeah, so thank y'all so much for hanging around. I think today my favorite part was having to come up with that whole hookah scene on the fly, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give them an easy target. You know, we'll get some plot exposition and they're gonna figure everything out. Nope, hookah bar. Fine, fuck it. All right, let's play. Well, you want to play ball? Let's play ball. That was I always like being able to think on my feet like that. And thanks so much, chat, for being involved. It's always great to have an audience, and we love it when y'all participate and you know, keep engaged with what's going on. And we try to stay active in the chat room as well. My favorite guilty pleasure food is probably cheesy fries. Man, I fucking love cheesy fries. I love cheesy fries so fucking much, especially with some kind of meat over the top.
Chicken bacon ranch cheesy fries.
Oh man, chicken bacon ranch cheesy fries. Don't even get me started. Yeah, on that mouth-watering note, that's where we're gonna wrap things up. Thank y'all again so much for watching. Thanks for the cheers. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the subscriptions. We all really appreciate it. And remember, if you want to get in touch with us and maybe get in the game yourself, just hop on the Black Feather Guild Discord group, and we will be happy to get you in whenever we can. So I'm gonna pass it back over to Raven. Thank y'all again so much. This was an absolute delight.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Thanks so much, everybody. Again, thank you to everybody that donated and cheered and subscribed and just hung out with us in chat. Much appreciated. Also, thank you to sponsors Fundamental RPG and Grinding Coffee Company. As far as grinding coffee goes, well, I just tried my first cup of it yesterday and it was amazing. So if you want to check that out, go to grindingcoffee.co and remember to use code RAVVYN to get 13% off your order. It's really good stuff if you like coffee. We're gonna go on a raid. Usually we raid somebody that I'm familiar with, that we've done stuff with, or just are awesome people in general. But in a rare circumstance, nobody I know is streaming right now, so we're gonna go stream ITU crew who are playing Star Trek, a Star Trek tabletop game. I know nothing about these folks, but they look really cool and they've got an awesome icon, so we're gonna go check them out. So be sure to say hi, and we've got our raid cry there, so feel free to throw that in chat as we hit the raid. Also, be sure to come back here at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Water, which is another tabletop game. It's on Fundamental RPG First Edition. It's a survival game based on video games like Subnautica or Green Hell or even Minecraft, things like that. It's a lot of fun. And we're not afraid to kill off characters on that particular show, so it can get intense. So be sure to check that out, and then see you in about 3 hours. Bye, everybody.